It's W1WCN, Joe here in Fleming Island, Florida. A little different video today to introduce you to Globaltuners.com. It's one of my favorite online things to do. It's actually online receivers, shortwave, medium frequency, high frequency, VHF, UHF. They're receivers. There are a ton of them around the world, several here stateside, that you can remote control to go ahead and receive and do some shortwave listening. Right now I'm on obviously a MacBook. Well, it's not obviously a MacBook, but it's obviously a Mac in Safari. So we'll go ahead and come up here. It does work, of course, because it's web-based. It does work on browsers for Windows, and I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. I'm actually already logged in here. You can see over here my account. The way you set up account is you'd go up to globaltuners.com and register for an account. When you first register, you're what's called a T. I think that stands for temporary or test user. And you can tune the receivers as long as there's not an N, a normal user, that's there. Now, how do you get from T to N? Well, if you're on for about 2 weeks and you behave yourself, you don't hijack receiver, take it over, you don't cause trouble, start riots, that type of thing, then after a while you'll be upgraded to an end user, and then you have all rights and privileges. Of course, there are some sysops on here, and those that host the nodes, they're guys that make their radios available for free, and we like to respect what they've done in helping us out with shortwave listening online. I'm going to demonstrate here now for the Lexington, Kentucky receiver. This is Chris. N4UA, I think, is his call sign. I forget for sure. We might see him pop up here in a bit. But this is a receiver that he hosts, and there are several different ways. Yeah, K4 or KU4A is his. The radio is an ICOM PCR 1000. It's a great little receiver. Down here, the information, you can see the location, Lexington, Kentucky. The receiver, again, is described there. The antenna, slinky dipole, one of my favorite dipoles. And then there's several other things here that you can read through when you check in. But for right now, you'll see that there are several different links here for how you can tune in. My favorite is the modern interface. I like it because it looks exactly like a receiver that you would work. While we're waiting for that to connect to the server, come down here a little bit and show you some more information on here. Some other interesting links that you might want to try out while you're here. Just a quick tour here of the receiver. In the center, of course, frequency readout. Whenever you log on, that will be there. This is for the modern. And you would tune it just like you would any normal receiver. You have all of your controls for bandwidth, whether it's upper sideband, lower sideband, such, your modes. Over here, of course, is bandwidth. A volume, balance, squelch, your IF shift. Those work on most of the radios, but not on all. Over here, the keypad to enter a frequency. On my radio here at home, I'm on 14.243, 14.243, and we'll set that frequency. On most of the receivers, there's about an 8 to 10 second delay from when you enter controls. You will see your S meter here start to move, but you're not going to hear yet, and you'll notice that in a second. Because I'm on the amateur bands, 20 meters and above, we'll go ahead and use USB. I'm going to narrow down my filter there because, of course, sideband transmissions on amateur radio is only about 2.8, so we'll go to 3, and that will get us in here. On these radios that have the delay, you click Audio Start, and you can click a different quality, but you usually don't need to. And you'll hear it pop up here in just a second. There we are. You can see that delay that was there. So now I'm monitoring this frequency both here and there in Kentucky. Some more buttons to show you. The attenuator, if you have a really strong signal, automatic gain control, noise blanker. These things you usually don't need when you're listening this way. Another really cool thing that's up here that I like, that Ivo, I believe, is who designed this interface, and Ivo's a great guy. I'm also friends with him on Facebook, and we really appreciate what he's done in making this available for us. The A index and UK index, A index 17, we're right at the tail end of that big solar event, that CME that happened the middle of January in 2012. Oh my, 2012, end of the world. You can change your tuning step here. You can spin the dial, or you can use these arrows. And if you use these arrows, say you want to change a half K at a time, you could type 0.5 in there. There are some user logs. Users will put things in here if they found interesting frequencies to listen to. Down here, local chat box. That's where you can chat with somebody who is here on this node in particular. Other Global Tuner users that are logged in won't be able to see what you do, but you can chat back and forth here. You get some great chats going with guys that are here. On this side, global chat, if you type in this box down here, then you'll have you'll be sending chat messages to anybody who's on Global Tuners at the time. Up here's where you'd see any messages that are coming in. Down here, people that are logged in to this node. I'm the only one right now. Over here, band guides, and that's where you might see, you know, Chris has done a good job putting in here different frequencies for locally what you might pick up. What I like to do with Global Tuners is I like to check my propagation. I can check my signal, especially when you have the 8-second delay. So I'm tuned in here, 14243. Let me give a quick call from here to see if the frequency is clear. CQ, Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie November. Is this frequency in use?
CQ, Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie November. Is this frequency in use?
So there you have it. You may have been able to hear that 8-second delay was actually me being received on Chris's Slinky dipole coming through this receiver, and then here to Fleming Island via RF. Let me put a call out for my friend up in Connecticut who also owns one of the nodes here. His name is Tom. Let me put out a call for him. If he's on the air, he can answer. If not, it'll just be a good chance for us to check propagation. W1 Tango X-Ray Tango, W1 Tango X-Ray Tango from W1 Whiskey Charlie November.
W1 Tango X-Ray Tango, W1 Tango X-Ray Tango from W1 Whiskey Charlie November.
Let me do one more, just so we can hear propagation again. Sounds like we're doing pretty well here on 20 meters up to Kentucky. W1 Tango X-Ray Tango, W1 Tango X-Ray Tango from W1 Whiskey Charlie November.
W1 Tango X-Ray Tango, W1 Tango X-Ray Tango from W1 Whiskey Charlie November.
Of course, the chances of Tom being on the air were pretty slim, but it's the way I like to check propagation. And by making that call, if he's on frequency, then I get to have a nice QSO with a friend. If he's not, then I haven't really bothered anybody in checking my own propagation. I'm just going to clear the frequency and then show you what it's like if you use XP and the no-lag nodes that have what's called Unreal Audio. W1 Whiskey Charlie November, nothing heard.
W1 Whiskey Charlie November, nothing heard.
There we are. Let's go over to my virtual machine where I'm running. First, let's stop that audio, and we'll go over here, and we'll start Internet Explorer. This plugin, the Unreal plugin, if you go to Tom's node, which I'll show you in a second, in Internet Explorer will automatically activate the plugin for you. For Firefox, he has a link for it. I haven't tried it with Opera or Chrome or any of the others. I don't think that it works with any of those, and it doesn't work with Safari on the Mac side, which makes my heart sad. But anyway, Globaltuners.com. Take a second here. All right, so I'll log in, and you can log in from more than one. Automatic password is in there. You can see last one I used was Lexington, Kentucky, but I'm going to go up here to receivers, and here's a list, and let's make that full screen. There we are. You can see here's a list of all of them. It's, what is 4 in Australia, 1 in Brazil, a few in Canada, Finland. Scroll down here and let's see. Okay, somebody is on the Southern New England node. It tells you over here online or free. Tom has 2 nodes. One is VHF, UHF. The other is general coverage. MF to HF. Click there. And someone named Tess. I'm not familiar with Tess there. Here's some of the information about Tom's node. Oh, and here's the link for Unreal Media for the Mozilla plugin. He has a 176-foot dipole. I got to visit his shack back in August of 2011. A lot of fun there. He's got this huge loop antenna. It's like 500 some odd feet. So we'll do the modern again. Now you notice something will happen here because there's somebody already on the node. It will ask me if I would like to ask permission to tune. Any moment now it will ask me if I'd like permission to tune. Or, I think it's just continue, but we'll see. It's connecting to the receiver. Let's full screen that. Oh, may I tune or close window? I'm just going to close the window. Tess here, oh, FI, is that Finland, I think. He's already tuned. You'll notice that I don't have many of the parameters that are here. If I wanted to tune, I could click may I tune, and then he can hit a button to give me permission or not. Down here, in fact, let me let's do this. I should have. I'm curious. The audio hasn't started. Normally you'll see the counter started here. I should have audio from this receiver already. I'm not sure why I don't. But in any case, it would start right up and there would be absolutely no delay. Oh, see here that Tess and I are both end users. That's at the beginning there. If I wanted to tune, I could click the May I Tune and see if he'd give me permission to. Still wondering why I'm not getting audio. Let's try clicking for the delayed audio. Tells me down here. This will also tell me all the activity that's happened. If it has the asterisk in front of it, that's saying that it's something in the controls that have been done, and it doesn't report that. Oh, it is there. It just was very quiet. So let's stop this again. There we go. Oh, see, Tess has approved me to tune. I'll send him a message saying, thank you. I'm making a video to demonstrate GT. A YouTube video. So let's go to the 14.243. Same one I'm on there. Oh, now we've got. Here, I'll turn that down. Now we've got some gain. 243 USB. We're already there. 3 kilohertz. Alright, let's put out a call, see if we can hear ourselves. Now this one, there really shouldn't be much delay at all. Bring the audio back up a little bit. Whiskey 1 Tango X-Ray Tango, Whiskey 1 Tango X-Ray Tango. This is Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie November. Yeah, propagation isn't nearly as strong here, but if you could hear it there, it was almost instantaneous, less than a 1 second delay. I'll try again. W1 Whiskey Tango X-Ray, W1 Tango X-Ray. This is Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie November. It gets confusing when I hear my own call come back to me sometimes. Well, very good. I'm going to say goodbye to Tess. No, you can see the video at youtube.com/WCN. And I'll set him back to where he was, 28.120. And there he goes. Alright, we'll close that down. And that's just a quick demonstration. I might do another video later on to get a bit more in depth with everything and some of the other really cool things to do. You can decode digital, you can decode SSTV, there's military listening. all sorts of really fun things to do on Global Tuners. But that's just a quick intro. Thanks for tuning in for another video. It's been a blast. 7-3 W1 WCN.